Hello friends, today we are going to discuss about different strategy for writing effectively any research paper. So things that we have to note is the using concrete keyword, building forceful sentences and writing, adopting the right writing process, editing and proofreading before sending it for publication and some hands-on training will be done here. So prefer the specific to the general, definite to the vague, and the concrete to abstract. This is said by William Struck. Use keywords that is to be precise, try to add details, and be understandable and direct while writing your sentences. And remove the use of jargon words, the words that are no longer used or which are more specific to a particular domain. So, how to be precise? Do not be satisfied with a description of something or is fast or good or bad, unusual or interesting. Write specific things, findings in proper language. Try to use positive emotions in your writing and try to carry out write sentences with carry information, wrote, not the what you think or emotions that you want to express. Use measures and quantities when possible. Say how fast or how slow and why something is good or bad through some statistics or data like percentage. Like per capita income rose slightly is not better, but if you write per capita rose by 3% to $732, then it will be more precise. The patient was very fat. That is not good one. But if you write the patient was obese and his weight was more than 100 kg. How to add details. Make sure the readers understand clearly and what is meant. If you use some keyword or key terms that you use first time in your paper, then try to explain what is the specific meaning or a context in which you want to use that. When possible, use words that will build pictures in the reader's mind. Take the example of rural infrastructure development has the capacity to catalyze significant non-farm employment, but it can be better if we write building roads, school, hospital, dams, and other public works can provide many jobs to the farm or people living in the rural areas. So this will be more precise and more understandable, and author will be readers will be understanding the details that you want to provide in the paper. Be understandable. Use words that the reader can understand. Do not use contractions like don't, we will. Try to use full sentences like do not, we will. Do not use the double negative in same sentence. Consider the intended reader's educational level. If you are writing for graduate level students, then try to keep your writing simple. If you are writing for a special group of readers, then you can be more specific. Watch for words that are slightly specialized. You can take this example. The area has annual surplus of moisture, which can be better written as the area has more than enough water each year. Women are involved in the disposal of the output of the rice production, which can be simply written as the women market and sell the rice. This will be more understandable. Be direct. Use the simple direct words rather than longer word or expression. It is better to write enough rather than writing adequate comments or begin. So there are many things that you can write, but try to use which is direct in meaning. Remove the jargon. Jargon are the terminology which is especially defined in relation to a specific activity or a profession or a group. The term covered the language used by the people who work in a particular area of interest. Much like a slang, it can develop a kind of shorthand to the express ideas that are frequently discussed between members of the group, but this cannot be used in research writing. A standard term may be given a more precise or unique usage within a field. This causes a barrier to the communication with those who are not familiar with the language. So avoid using jargons, and when writing for a specific audience, jargons can be used. On an average, among adults, total food intake was higher for men than for women, and this can be better written as on average men ate more than women. So similarly, you can improve your writing. Examples of 4 Qs. Deep water rise copes efficiently with the rapid rise in the water due to its quick growth habit and its floating characteristics. This will be better written as deep water rise copes efficiently with the rapid rise in the water because it grows quickly and it floats. Similarly, this example can be seen. There is a much anxiety on the part of the people with reference to the rising cost of food, which can simply be written in a small sentence like people worry because food prices are rising. Building for forceful sentences and use of the verbs. Make verbs, nouns and pronouns in that order and do most of the work. Verbs and nouns are the strongest part of the sentence and use them effectively. As adjectives and adverbs are useful as long as they are precise. They can be changed into verbs or noun given the sentence added force. Nouns also can be changed into verbs for greater force. You can see these examples. Verbs can be active or passive, but try to use active form of the verbs. In the active voice, somebody does something. In the passive voice, something is done. Active voice carries the action and the passive voice has its carried. Active verbs need fewer words and it is clear the meaning. Tests were conducted to determine the rate of diffusion. This can simply be written as the staff ran test to find the rate of diffusion. So if you were involved in the experiment, then you can write in the direct sentence. But if you were not involved in the experiment, then you can use the indirect form. Strong verbs. Use strong verbs, avoid weak ones. Avoid the verbs to be in all its form, where have been. It is the weakest and the most passive of all verbs, and it just something that need to be avoided while writing. Avoid the use of the verb to get and look for stronger verbs to take the place for these. The farming of tilapia is a lucrative business in the Philippines. Fish farmers in Philadelphia are making profit growing tilapia. So you can think about how you can improve the sentence by using strong verbs. Nouns is nouns. Break up a nouns string. Do not string them together as adjective. Two nouns combined into a single expression is okay, like energy resource, Annie feels mosquito. 3 or 4 nouns in a row are hard to read and not easy to interpret. The density of information is so great that it can be impenetrable. So try to be specific. Don't use longer than 2-3 nouns together for a stronger communication of the meaning. The flowing materials substitutions in the process changes were affected. This can be better written as we made the flowing changes in the materials and process. Related words. Keep related words together. Readers must be able to see relationship between building blocks in a sentence. If two sentences or phrases are close together, the reader can tell easily that they are related to each other. If they are separated by other words, the reader may be confused. You can see this example. Early in each year, the government must be able to estimate the amount of the crop that will be harvested, which can be better written as the government must be able to estimate early each year the amount of the crop that will be harvested. Agents and verbs. Tie the agents to the verb. Agent is the person or the things that is responsible for the action in a sentence. Active sentences make the agent the subject of the sentence. Who does what? Bring the agent and the action together. A need for re-evaluation of the experimental result is seen to exist, which can better be written as the researchers need to re-evaluate the results of our experiment. 4 steps to untangle complex sentences. Find the action. If the action is not already verb, make it a verb. Find who or what did the action, or passive sentences it has been done. Put that subject close to the verb. Writing process. Write quickly. Do not ponder over words. Keep going. Leave gaps. If necessary, aim for a natural flow. Write in your own voice or word. Express yourself in your own way. This will help you to say what you mean more exactly, and if your readers can hear your voice, reading will be more easier, and this will also ensure that you are writing your original content. Write without interruptions. Try to find a time and place where you can think and write without distractions or disturbance. Write without editing. Do not try to get it right every time you write. First write the draft and then you can proofread, edit, and then finalize the paper. So resist the temptation to edit as you go and you will tend to get stuck and waste your time. So avoid this practice of editing at the same moment. Keep to the plan of your outline. Use the sentences from your outline to focus what you want to say. If you find yourself wandering from the point, stop and move on to the next sentence in the outline, and then you will be able to keep writing your content in a fluent manner. Editing hints. Read the paper once all the way through. Read it to edit. Read it all the way through out and then think what is missing. Look for the passive voice, inconsistent verb sentences, subject verb disagreement, improper pronouns, references, comma, run on sentences, sentence fragments, use of jargons, missing references. So you can reread and then you can re edit your content and make it more. Before you proofread, be sure you have revised the largest aspect of your text, organization, or the development of whole paper or paragraph. Set your text aside for a while, at least 15 minutes or a day between writing and proofreading. Eliminate unnecessary words before looking for mistakes. Know what to do. Have a colleague or editor who can help you in editing your research paper. This will be a great asset and help in you completing your research paper on time. Proofread editing. So, proofreading, we have to review the problem area, eliminate unnecessary words before looking for mistakes. Read the entire paper from back to front, bottom to top, and a different perspective can catch grammatical mistakes. Read the paper loudly and have someone else to read it. And if you tend to make many mistakes, check separately for each kind of errors and then try to rectify it. End with your computer spelling check or reading backward word by word. This will not catch the errors. There are many small mistakes that you can find and you can improve it. Use reading levels, check in the word, and this will help you in tracking what are the errors. So there are some sources you can refer and to improve your research writing skills. Thank you for listening.